Hi there. I'd like to go on the record and say I'm not interested in most of the battles over what we should put in our cooking so that it's the right way to make it. I love cornbread with sugar. I love chili with beans, and I also enjoy pineapple pizza. And especially, I love me some Chicago-style deep dish pizza. And so, 'tis the season for deep dish pizza because there's no wrong time of the year for pizza. This recipe is based on a YouTube channel that I really enjoy, run by Brian Lagerstrom, and I hope the pizza meets his standards. Probably the most important part of a Chicago-style pizza is the crust, which is far different from your typical New York-style pizza. I like the idea of making this in the same way you would make a pie crust by mixing cold butter into the dough, and so we're cutting up some butter and keeping it in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes. The other thing I've learned about bread baking, especially pizza dough, is it's very important to weigh your ingredients using a scale. Doing this allows for some precise measurements of the ingredients and goes a long way towards making the pizza crust you really want. So we add the cold butter to the dry ingredients and mix them together until the dough resembles pie dough in the making. Then we add lukewarm water, a little at a time, until we have our dough. Then we knead it only a little bit, cover the bowl, and let it rise for an hour and a half. This gives us plenty of time to prepare the pizza sauce. Unlike the crust, the measurements here are a lot less precise, and you can make this sauce to suit your taste. It's just a matter of cooking the sauce until it reduces and takes on the consistency of a good pizza sauce. But wait a second, are we adding tomatoes to a bare cast iron pan? Yes, we are. With a well-seasoned cast iron pan, you can cook tomatoes in it once in a while, and your seasoning won't be ruined, though I did make sure to wash this pan immediately after the sauce was done. And while you can use shredded mozzarella cheese from the supermarket, you do get a better flavor and better cheese pull by finding some whole milk mozzarella and grating it yourself. After an hour and a half, we take the risen dough, split it in half, and put the two halves onto an oiled sheet tray. Cover this and place it in the fridge to cool for another hour. This will keep the butter in the dough from becoming too soft, and it'll help to give us a crust like pie crust. And finally, after rising the dough for 2.5 hours, we're ready to make a deep dish pizza. And for that, it's time to bring out a 10-inch cast iron skillet. We're saving one of the dough balls for another pizza later on while we get out a rolling pin and roll out the crust. This has very little to do with Italian or New York style pizza crust, and it's one of the reasons why people say Chicago deep dish isn't pizza. Me, I say it's delicious, and I have no complaints about making a pizza using this method. We lay out the crust into our well-oiled skillet and start laying on the toppings. And with a Chicago-style pizza, we build it in reverse and start with the cheese. Cover the bottom of the dish with cheese, then for the next layer we use sausage. And this is something else that's unique in the way we're using a layer of sausage that completely covers the entire pizza. We're using a whole pound of sausage here, and we flatten the sausage into a very thin patty and spread it entirely over the cheese. I added some white pepper and black pepper to the sausage for some more flavor. Then we cover it all with the sauce. Of course, we want to be generous with the sauce here, and we can do this because the layer of sausage is preventing the sauce from soaking the bottom crust. Finally, we top it with a generous amount of grated Parmesan cheese. And this really thick and heavy deep dish pizza goes into the oven to bake at 425 degrees until it's done. Depending on your oven, this could take from 30 to 40 minutes. And with that, we have our deep dish pizza. We let the pizza rest for 10 minutes, and then it's ready to be served. Fresh and hot and delicious. Whether you say this is real pizza or not, there's no denying this is delicious and filling. A 10-inch deep dish pizza like this could easily feed 3 or 4 people, and what you end up with is a cast iron skillet stuffed to the brim with tomatoes, sausage, and lots of cheese. And what's there to hate about that? All I care is it's delicious and it's fun to make, and I'll be happy to make this deep dish pizza again and again. I hope you agree that you can make whatever you want in your own kitchen, so go ahead and make your own Chicago deep dish pizza, even if you're a born and bred New Englander like I am. Thank you for watching.